All right, now that we have discussed a few financial technologies in our last video, then this will be our concluded video from all the series, and this we are going to end everything for after a long streak that we have been. We want to explore how to start from where you are. We are going to explore it from the lens of the scripture. For the letter of the scripture. So follow me carefully as we go together. And I promise you, I'm not going to take much of your time. Let's quickly go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 24 to 28. There is a lot of lessons we are going to learn from there. And I want us to take cognizance of that scripture. Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 24 to 28. All right, let's go there quickly. The Bible says there are 4 things which are little on earth. Look carefully. It says there are 4 things which are little on earth, but they are exceedingly wise. It said these 4 things are little on earth, but they are exceedingly wise. Now we will state them. Said the ants are a people not strong, yet they prepare their meat in the summer. The Conies are but a feeble folk, yet they make their houses in the rock. The third one, the locusts have no king, yet go they forth all of them by bands. And the fourth one, the spider taketh hold with her hands and is in the king's palace. Now, the Bible was giving us 4 different kind of animal and their value and the way they operate in their wisdom. And the Bible says they are exceedingly wise. It didn't say they are just wise. You know, Bible is very critical about what it gives to what it personifies. Remember, these are just animals. And the Bible was giving us, Solomon was giving us in the wisdom that these 4 things are actually wise. So we need to discuss this Bible verse deeply to understand how to start from where you are. That means the above mentioned Bible verse was talking about 4 animals that are not just wise but exceedingly wise. You know that word exceedingly wise is very important. That it catch my attention, and that's why I want to have to study the Bible to use it for our lifetime. That among many strong, subtle, swift, and tall animals in the earth, the Bible will give us just 4 of them are wise among them, and this is a great mystery. And you know one thing, I finally found out that there is difference between wise and being subtle. You know, before we believe that serpent is wise because we read from the Old Testament, from book of Genesis, how serpent make men fall. But Bible says serpent was more subtle. That means the wisdom of serpent is cunningly like a wisdom of Satan. It's not actually wisdom, it's just cunningness, deceit, bait. That's what serpent know how to do. Not because serpent was wise, but if he's wise, he could have made this list. But fortunately, when Solomon was giving us animals that are wise, he didn't mention serpent. That means they are not wise, they are just cunning, they are subtle. Down for another day. He said these 4 animals were extremely wise, and then they were just little. Now, that's first thing. Second thing to notice is that whenever Bible is telling us to learn from animals, this suggests to us that they can never be an ordinary animal. You see, it's very difficult, especially the book of Proverbs. He always points man to go and learn from animal. He always points man to go and learn from that. There's a nature, there's a great lesson that men has to learn from animal. So this suggests to us that they can never be an ordinary animal. Man is the utmost expression of all creation and also has the absolute dominion over animal. But whenever man is compelled to learn from what is to have dominion over, when one must be careful to take posture of humility because it is noteworthy. Whenever the Bible points you to go and learn from man, the Bible says, go to the hand and go and learn his ways. Why should I go and learn from the object or the animal that God should have dominion over? That means if you are not humble and wise, you're not able to go and learn. See that now? So furthermore, everything that God created are expression of reflection, are the express reflection of main dimension of God. So learning from animal has to put our path into wisdom is not to demote the status of man. And you must learn that everything that God created is to express his image. Everything, both man and animal, every object, every vegetation, everything, it is to reveal the glory of God, to reveal the nature of God. So when man is compelled to go and learn from one of his creatures, it means that something is hidden in that creature. Something wise is hidden. Everybody may not take cognizance of it, but if you are wise enough, you have to see that this creature is somehow different. In fact, sometimes, or even many times, God even send men to go and learn from certain men to know his ways better. So let's go down to the business. That scripture says, these four animals were very little, but they were exceedingly wise. So your disadvantage as a man is not because you are small today. It's because you have not opened to superior intelligence that meet for your rising. So Bible says these animals were very little, but they were exceedingly wise. That means if a man want to start from where he is, it does not matter of the little beginning. What matter is the wisdom the man has acquired. No matter how poor, broke, rejected, or how you are sinking in poverty, it doesn't matter. What matter is the amount of wisdom you have seek over time. Maybe these four animals were little, yet exceedingly wise. So there are four tests you must pass if you want to start from where you are. Four tests. Four tests. Four tests. And that is the four tests that I see in all these animals. Four tests. Number one, belief. If you want to start from where you are, belief. Number two, courage. Courage is a starter pack for anyone who wants to rule their world. Courage is the first step. The moment you are courageous, you have already conquered many barriers. That courage to step out is a big bargain. Then initiatives. And then last one, patience. Don't forget belief, courage, initiatives, and patience. Follow me carefully. We are going a long way. These four animals did not have what it takes to meet status quo. In fact, Bible says they are not the biggest animal, they are the little animal, and all of them are actually little. But leverage on the wisdom, the leverage or the wisdom that is available at their disposal. These were not the tall animal, they were not the strongest animal, they were not the best animal. Bible says they were little, but they were exceedingly wise. Now, let's study the wisdom of this animal after the other, so that we can learn from where we are. Bible says, let's start from the ant. We'll go back to that scripture. Bible says, the ants were a people are a people not strong. Now, how can you be using people for ants? That first show you that it's not just talking about animal as its way. It's trying to tell you in nature, the wisdom of God hidden in this animal is what we call personification, putting a human attribute into inanimate things or putting it into animal behavior. See that now? Sometimes you can put animal behavior into a man because that man is like a beast, it's like a lion. That man roar like a lion. That man is like an elephant, so strong. It's like you are putting nature of animal to how a man behave. It's the same thing that this verse is giving nature of a man into an animal. You get logic now. Now let's continue. He said, ants are a people not strong, yet they prepare their meat in the summer. They were not strong, but they prepare their meat in the summer. What does that mean? That means ants are not strong, but they always take advantage of time by gathering their food only in the summer. That is why they were wise. They are not strong, but they know how to gather their food only the summer. They know fully well that other seasons will be at their disadvantage. They know that it is not every season that will suit the kind of persons they are. So they knew by advantage of time and season to know where to gather food and where not to gather food. They prepare their meat in the summer. They ask wisdom by understanding times and seasons. They know winter, they know rainy season, they know the cold season, they know the summer and the autumn, but they know the best season for them is the summer. They know that winter and rainy and cold season are not the best time to gather food. So they always take advantage and leverage on summer season to gather harvest. They understand seasons of bountiful harvest. That means this is the way of the heart. That means as you are preparing, how does that apply to you now? As you are preparing to start from where you are, whether you want to embark on a business, you want to embark on a ministry, or any other venture, have you decided the season of harvest of what you are doing or what you want to do? As a business minded person, there are seasons some business won't move. There are seasons some business will move. It depends on how wise you are to discern season. Okay, you not get this now. Okay, let's take for example in Nigeria. Nigeria, whether we have rainy seasons, when everywhere is very wet with abundance of rain, and harmattan season when everywhere is sometimes hot, warm, cold, and all trees are dried up. See that now? That means a petroleum jelly cream business will sell faster during dry seasons because of harmattan, and the cold drinks sell faster during its afternoon time. See that now? But these two business idea will not make it utmost sales during rainy season. This suggests to you that every harvest is tied to a season of its own. That means during harmattan, a petroleum jelly cream will sell faster because of the extreme cold, and people need uh, a lot of cream to rub the surface of their body. At that time, people who use lotion uh, use in fact some people even swipe to all this petroleum jelly cream because lotion are not enough to sustain the function of your body in during the cold season. And if you have to use your lotion, you have to use excessive amount of lotion before they will actually cover your body. But when it comes to rainy season, a small amount of lotion is enough to even claim almost your body. You will see that you have to use a larger portion of your cream, use the lotion one to rub your body. You see that now? That means what a small amount of petroleum jelly cream could have do, a larger percentage of your lotion cream will go for it. You see that now? That means even as a man of God, you must be able to discern season where harvest is ripe. Season like economic recession, global decadence, high crime rates, insurgencies, war, racism, depraved marriage institutions, political depravity, and many more are a season of your harvest where everyone is looking up the church for perpetual abode and safety from wrong societal problem we find ourselves. So where even to ministry, there are seasons that the harvest is so high because of the strong hand of Satan in certain areas. Sometimes the hand of Satan will be strong on marital institutions. Those are the times to harvest more soul for God in that area. You see that now. There are times that Satan's hand will be hard on discipleship. People are falling away through heresy and all of that. That's the time where discipleship will sell. And at that point now, you know that as man of God, you are selling the product, but because of what God told you to do, it's a business in God's hand. Bible says, God is a good business. Even Jesus said, I shall go after my father's business. You see that now. So, but business in that case now is not buying and selling of goods services. Is winning soul for Jesus. Is winning soul, is transforming life for God. You see that is business in God's time. So because the business of God is not money, is the soul of men that He wants. You get it now. So can you be an ant who understands season when his ability is appreciated the most? Sometimes you see that now that I want to start, or let me say I'm doing ministry, and then maybe by now I'm teaching about finances as well now. I can tell you categorically that there's no season where financial education is needed like where we are now because of the resultants of war, inflation, price hike, economic recessions. There's no reason why financial literacy is needed like now. Do that now. But before, it may not be so. In fact, people may not take it seriously. That's how it is. Not because every now and then people are not learning about finance, but because this is whereby it will be so much high. See that now. Let me say I'm into marital counseling. My ministry goes in line with that. There's some things that I'm just doing a normal thing. But there's some things that Satan will be so strong on marital institutions that divorces, marital problem, at that season, the demand become more higher. The level of counseling increases. Before maybe a counseling maybe 2 or 3 couples per day. By the time institution get attacked by Satan, you see that the counseling are average of 20 or 50 per day. You see that now. In fact, you have to move from doing online counseling, online what they call it now, what they call these things, uh, online meeting to just find a way to solve many problems as much as you can. See that now. So if you are preparing to start out, you must understand when your value, potential, talent, skill, is ability is needed. When the story of ants here now talk about when. That means you may not probably be needed every season, but as the ant, most extremely wise, take advantage of a season that will make it difficult for people to do without you. So the key lesson we learn from ants is that the ant answers and understand the question of when. Summer. So every story I want to bring out in the story of ants for this one is the question of when. Number 2, ant is telling you to have wisdom of time and season. And number 3, you may not be relevant in all seasons, but there is an appointed time for your harvest. See that now. You may not be relevant in all seasons, but there's an appointed time for your harvest. Also, number 4, in your obscurity stage, prepare well for the time of your visibility. So every story Ant is giving us is that they are not strong, but they know are to gather meat in the summer. In the summer. That means these people does not gather meat every time. They know when is understanding the time and season. So you want to start from where you are, when, and probably depending on what you want to do as your skill or everything, there is when that thing will boom. Even if it's graphic design, there's time when that thing will boom. There's time you're going to become part of the industrial boom for that lane you find yourself. There's a boom for every profession. There's a boom. Your own is to understand when and prepare for it. So you can start from where you are, but there is a when whereby you are going to take advantage of everything, absolutely everything. So the lesson we learn from the ants is to answer the question of when, Then the second animal there is what we call conies. Bible says the conies are but a feeble folk, yet they make their house in the rock. The conies are a feeble fox, yet they make their houses in the rocks. In starting from where you are, can you be like the coney who knew that their habitation can only be safe in the rocks? That means they knew the exact location where their adventure will be accepted. Very great stuff. Remember, issue of ants is saying when. Issue of the conies where. That means their houses can be made anywhere, but they choose to make house in the rocks. In the rocks, not on the rock. Is it in the rock? That means they have a tool. There's a way of digging the rock. I don't know how they do it, or maybe they saw a opening in the rocks and they make their houses there. Only God knows. That means they knew a exact location where their adventure was accepted. They knew where can or where will be safe for their dwelling. They knew where will be safe for their dwelling. They knew where they could thrive without strife and extend their tent without fear. Sometimes, if you don't know where in life, you become victim of every area position you find yourself because you don't even know where exactly you're supposed to be. That is why many people, when they are starting out, they are victim of wrong associations because they don't know where they're supposed to be. They are in the midst of backbiting, in the midst of jealous people, in the midst of envious people, in the midst of talkative, in the midst of people that just waste their time. No, you must know where exactly you should be, because your association will determine your elevation. If you don't know where you're supposed to be, people are supposed to mingle with your habitations. It's very difficult for you to be elevated. So let's say that you must know where you can thrive without strife, or else every of your efforts will be out of course. You must know where you can thrive without strife, where you can extend your tentacles without fear. So, as a man of God, have God told you where your ministry will be accepted? Remember, there is no where God will call you. There's no how God will call you without telling you where. In fact, God will be so much intending on locations. A few even discern where there is gross darkness that will make your light to be appreciated. A few discern where the grace of God will be appreciated and yielded fruit for God. Apostle Paul said, I have strived to preach the gospel, not where Christ was already named, lest I should build on another man's foundation. Paul was wise. You know where his ministry will be accepted. He said, there's no need to be going to people or places where Christ has already been named. That was Romans chapter 15, Romans 15 verse 20. He said, there's no need to strive to preach the gospel where Christ has already been named. They already received Christ. There's no, they have to go through. There are still many places where they have not heard God. That means, stand for where you are, I have a value. Okay? Should I be striving with people that have already been there before? Or I should go elsewhere they need it? Because whatever it is you are doing, there are people that need what you are doing. Your own is to be like the Conies and know where you're supposed to be. Sometimes the issue of trying to compete, they were unnecessary, very, very unnecessary. And it is because we don't understand how God works. Because when God puts something in you or tells you to do something, there is exact place He wants you to be where they have not even seen it before. And those people will be so much appreciative. The people that already see what you are doing already. In fact, they are most likely to despise you. So Paul has wisdom not to strive where there are many ministries and choose to find where the name of Christ have not been heard before and plant his ministry there. So that's why Paul has many missionary journeys. Not because he planted to or planned to do, it's because he understands there's no need to be laying on people's foundation. That is why many people are poor today. You want to be opening business where they already existing business like that. And sometimes you don't even have a better way of or even solve the problem. You are just trying to compete so that you can share customers together. Necessary. If you now have advantage to beat the existing customer there, maybe there are a lot of business ideas and business strategy that can make you overcome that. But many a times people are just striving to be where there are too many competitors, and yet no strategy. So when you are starting, you want to start a business, an outfit or an outlet or anything, you should learn and know where they are needed. You should know where that thing will be appreciated. You see that now? This wisdom will make you abort strife. This wisdom will make you abort bitterness, jealousy, envy. You see, many ministers of the gospel are starting out today, but only seek to build on another man's work, snatching each other's members, striving against each other with rage, jealousy, and envy between ministers of God, preaching against each other because one church has member than the other. And it shows we are not wise enough, like the Conies, who build their habitation in the solitary place. You can't find Conies anywhere except in the rock, where there is no competition, no strife, no contention, no pride, no envy. How many animals can make habitation in the rock? Let's even start from there. How many animals are even bold enough to live inside the rock? I can count but a few. I can count but a very few. I don't think you can out of one or two that they make inside the rocks as their solitary place, their habitations, away from envy, away from contentions, away from strife, away from jealousies, away from pride of men. As business person or entrepreneur, are you wise like the Conies who knew the exact location their product or service will be accepted? Have you designed where your good will sell massively, where your products will be most valued, which will cut out relevant competition and unhealthy strife? Even business that want to start today that they deal in high competitive markets, they still go and find, they do market survey to go and find people that still need their product. They go as fast, depth, and wide. They do market analysis to know the other areas that the existing business have the other vacuum that they have not occupied. Do that now. As a talented or skillful person with great excellence and dexterity, have you designed that exact location where you will be valued? Very, very important. I feel discern is a location where you can rise from your poverty state to a state of prosperity. Do you know where you will be celebrated and attract great reward for the value you offer? A medical doctor cannot be needed inside a bakery unless you offer. He's a medical doctor, but the value you want to give to us is not needed in the bakery unless you offer, or he remains in the wrong location, although he is a professional. A great footballer cannot be fully appreciated inside the boxing ring. He may be an athlete, but that's not the best place you're supposed to be. So the best place can be is be except is a football stadium where his potentials can be maximized, celebrated and rewarded. Although staying in the boxing ring will make him look like a sportsman, but it's not in the right location for sportsmanship. So a footballer inside the boxing ring, although we should call him a sportsman, an athlete, but he's inside a wrong location. That's not the best location for his sportsmanship. That's not the best location for the sportsman. Like that's not the best location to show the talent they carry. You can't keep up with football boots and you want to fight. In fact, you are even with wrong equipment. That now. So in starting out in life, be like the Conies who know exactly where their value will be rewarded and know the habitation of their dwelling without fear and strife. Very, very important. So there are key lessons to learn for the Conies. Number one here is that the Conies answer and understand the question of where. Remember, the ants know when, the Conies know where. That means the Conies has wisdom of location. The Conies abort unnecessary strife, unnecessary arguments, unnecessary rivalry, unnecessary envy, unnecessary jealousy and competition from other animals by finding its location in the rock. See that now? So, for you must discern a place or location where your value and abilities will be appreciated, celebrated, and rewarded. You must discern a location or a place where your value, your ability will be rewarded, appreciated, and celebrated. There are some places that you do, you will not even value what you have. They will not take you serious. You see that now? They won't take you serious. They will not. So you must learn how to be like the Conies who understand the question of where. Then the third animal there is the locust. I believe you are learning the locust. Bible says the locust has no king, yet they put forth all of them by bands. They go forth all of them by bands. What does this mean? That means in starting out in life, you must initiate the locust by finding correct thing, correct people, godly association, people of like passion, men who can help you when you are down, men who can pick you up when you're in the pit, people who can correct you with love when you're going astray, or people like Hor and Aaron who held the hand of Moses until the battle was won. So, locust is talking about association. Woo. Woo. So, to start out in life, you must connect with men who will uphold you, not men who will pull you down. Bible says, locusts have no king, but they go forth all of them by bounds. They don't walk alone. That means rising by association is actually the secret behind commonwealth. That means I can't rise alone, but I have to leverage of others who can rise together and go to greater heights. See that now? So you must discern men. You must know the function of each man in your life. See that now? You must know who to work with at every point in time. You must know who not to work with at every point in time. Everybody knows this. Everybody cannot fit into your life. It's not possible. If everybody fits into your life, then there is something wrong with you. If you want to, if you are a man that is on the good book of everybody, you are a bad person. Yeah, absolutely a bad person. And absolutely you are going nowhere in life. Everybody cannot fit into your life. The nature of who you are, the vision of where you are going to, the urgency to change your story will not even allow you to even work with anybody anyhow. In fact, one of the lessons I learned badly is the lesson of this locust. At the beginning of my life, I began to move with anybody anyhow. It was at the point I found out that the people I was working with, I was moving with, they were drawing me backward. In fact, there was no progress working with them. And in just 1 year, I left them here. In fact, it was a deliberate action, very conscious action. I look at them and say, look, I don't think we can work together anymore. They thought I was joking. I think we can't look. I don't think I do not hate you. I like you, but our value does not correlate. Our life does not correlate. What we stand for, our belief system, where we are going, our vision in life does not correlate, including men of God like me. I say what we are doing does not lie together. I think we have to. I mean it. And since that time, I never look back. In fact, some of them I had to delete their number and block them. It was a conscious and deliberate mind. Sometimes when you read the Bible and see that associations deter people, you have to take Bible literally. People we work with matters a lot. That they make you or mar you, including marital partners. You see that now. If everybody is fitting into your life, something's wrong with you. The locust move in bands with the fellow of the same mindset, same belief, same vision, same matching. That means, and the locusts, they what? They go forth. They are not static. The reason why they were moving, there's progress in their life. That they have bands, they have people that are like-minded that they can go together. Not one drawing them backward. Not one say let's go. Or say we can't go. Let's one not one saying we can't. We're not able to go to this area. No, everybody will have the same mindset. They are moving together. Let me tell you something. Sit down and check your phone contact. Check your friends and associates. Then examine them thoroughly. Are they adding value to you or they are depreciating your value? It's an honest thing. You see, I found out I've been saying this thing for many years now. It's as difficult for many people to do. In fact, people are too emotional attached people that are going nowhere in life. Very emotionally attached. And I will want them. They will not. At a point, I have to agree that some people have not, or some people are not ready to move in life. They're not ready to pay the price for life. They are too emotionally attached with feelings. They have submitted their allegiance to a wrong cause, even at the detriment of their own progress. People prefer to stick with old friends going nowhere than to make new one that's going somewhere. Do that now. And unfortunately, both of them decide each other because as this one is not moving, the other one will not move. Because and by the time they find themselves in the midst of friends that they are going somewhere, they feel embarrassed, they are feeling uncomfortable, they are feeling insecure. Not because they are pulling data, but because they can't match up with that standard anymore. So that now you have to say that are they coming to help you to maintain your focus or to make you lose focus of your dream? Ask the people you keep around you. Are they flocking around you to make you maintain your focus or they want to drift you from your dream? That's this question. Are they meant to inspire you or to plant the seed of discouragement? Those questions. Sit down and ask. See, there's a way your life will be so battered and tattered and buffeted. You will sit down and take decision. When I did everything I knew how to do right and nothing was working, I sat down. It was difficult already, but I thank God I took that decision. Are they God? One of the things I mentioned here is what last thing I did. The people, are they inspiring me, or they are I found that many of them are discouraged. They are full of competition, and I don't compete. I want to complement each other. It's not compete each other. So they do something, they brag. What is the meaning of this bragging? I think we are brothers, just to help each other to grow. No, they do something, they rub it in your face. They do something, they rub it to your face. They do something, they want to make you that you are inferior to them. I said, no, 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 no. Sometimes when you want to do something, they plant discouragement to your heart. When they did it like twice, I say, no, 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 these are not the kind of people for me. No, 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 no. They knew that this guy was deliberate about this action. I left them. I made sure that any joint we meet together, including my house, I removed it. I don't reply the message. I don't pick their call. I don't call them. It was a sharp decision. I want to do something. You tell me I can't do this. You're telling me stories of people that have been that have failed. What come about that? If you are a good brother, at least you should have given me a encouragement to just even try it at first, even though it will even fail later. Then when you do your own thing or anything, you want to feel pompous and big, like bad association, bad people everywhere. People who pull down your energy, they pull down uh your own aura to inflate their ego. That now. So the locusts move in bands with fellow of the same mindset, same belief, same vision, same matching others. So be like the locusts, although they have no king or ruler, yet move in band. They move with like-minded fellow. They move like an army to achieve a common goal. No one is breaking their ranks because every of their steps are only order in the same direction, same energy, same mind, same goal, same vision, same atmosphere, same target of life, same teamwork. Let me tell you, if you want to break out of poverty, one of your biggest enemy are your friends who are in poverty as well. Oh, you don't want to hear that. If you want to break out of poverty, one of your biggest enemy are your friends who are in the same category with you. No matter what you want to try to do, they will always find a way to pull you down because they feel secured in everybody be on the same page. The moment you begin to rise above them, they feel insecure, they feel threatened. They feel like we have been going together. Why should you leave us behind? That is why one of the things you must do if you want to become rich is to find somebody who has superior mindset than you and not be intimidated by their growth and learn from them. That's why if you want to shift in life, you have to change your circles entirely, like the locust. Find people who have superior mindset about finances. Change your friends, change circles, change environment. Change. That's why it is difficult for an average poor person to break out, not because of issue of money, but issue of environment. That safe circle they are, that comfort zones of circle of people around them, they will not allow them. One of the things I found out in my life as I grew, at the point in time, I knew that I have to leave certain people. I knew like I knew God. In fact, I have to gather money to leave some certain area as immediate effect. I found that it's a reason why they want to force me to be thinking like they are thinking. I'm in their midst, reading books, praying, doing everything, learning. But anytime I speak, it was though I'm speaking out of their horizon, I'm speaking out of their mindset. So they want to force me back into their small-mindedness. I say, no, 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 no. These are another stronghold, another attack I have to find. So I move out. In fact, it's not by moving out by even packing out of the place. If first distancing, limiting conversation, limiting. I don't discuss with them on broader things. Just getting ask about your welfare and move on. Because once people want to force you back into their small-mindedness, they want to cage you. They want to cage your mind. They are saying that you are exploding, you are explosive, you are getting life beyond them, and they're ready to move with you because they're already comfortable in their comfort zone. So you that are going now is you are going to find your way out of their risk. and the rest is history. You see that now? So these locusts are not idle. They are not lazy people. They are not procrastinators. They are always on transit. They are always on the move. Always on they move in band. Bible says they move. And this is why they are moving, because all of them have the same mind. Not because somebody is going this way, somebody is drawing them back. Somebody is saying we can do it. Somebody is saying we cannot do it. Somebody is saying we can succeed. Somebody is saying we know we fail. No! If we fail, we fail together. We succeed together. Everybody have the same energy, the same message. They move in like an army. So in ministry, business, or any profitable adventure you want to venture into, you must move, relate, work with teams of like-minded people. You must work with teams of like-minded people. No one rises alone in life. That's a black truth. But in the journey of life, there is no low ranger. You cannot achieve your dream all alone. You need men at all times. You need teamwork, strategic administrative structures, management personnel, strategies, and executioners. People can execute plans. If all your dreams are to be done by you alone, you won't happen in life. Oh. I'm sorry to say, you won't happen in life. You may arrive in life, but you may arrive there a dead man. So you must find the right men, right relationships, right thing to help you achieve your dream. Learn to leverage on men and learn to leverage on other people's time, because your time can never be enough to achieve your goal. Be like the Conies who move in bands. If you want to achieve things faster in life, you must learn how to leverage on other people's time. You must learn how to borrow people's time to achieve a common goal. It's very, very important. So you need to leverage your men. Let me tell you, if you want to start from where you are, you need men. People you can leverage on, because starting is a lot of struggle. You need people that can become a shoulder of advantage to you, and you must not betray them, because that's the reason why people don't open their doors to people anymore. These betrayers. So there are key lessons to learn from the locust. Number one, the locust answers and understand the question of who. Who. The locusts know who they are and know who to work with. That means they only work with people with same mindset. They will never work with other fellows with strange understanding of who they are. So you can't see locusts working with anybody anyhow. They work in bands and they move. I would say they move in bands. I mean, they are not a static kind of animal. They are moving. They are in transit. They are in progress, and they are in process. The locusts only move in bands. They never walk alone. So there's no lone ranger. They never walk alone. That means you need, number 4 says, you need men, administrative, and teamwork to achieve your goal. You need men, administrative, and teamwork to achieve your goal. The 5 lessons says you must be on the move, no procrastination, no delay in action. If you want to start from where you are, be like the locust, always on the move. No time to cry. You fail later, you start another one. No, all the time you are using to cry and weeping over nonsense, it's time enough for you to even start another course. So there is no thing to be slowing down. Always on the move, no procrastination, no delay in action. The 6th one says you must leverage on other people's time, because your time can never be enough to achieve your goal. Because your time will never be enough, can never be enough to achieve your goal. Can never be enough, because your time is very, very, very minute. People have to contribute to your life. They have to. If they are not, they have to. By fire, by force, they have to. If they not, you can't grow. Yes, you can't grow. So the lesson of the locust talk about who. Remember the ant talk about when. The Conies talk about where. The locusts talk about who? Also, the last animal here is the spider. The spider. The Bible says the spider taketh hold with her hands and is in king palace. The spider taketh hold with their hands and is in palaces. King's palaces. That is, spider always have a way to stick itself to the king palaces. That means in starting out in life, you must also have the wisdom of the spider, which takes hold with her hands. Yet, another Bible says spider can be captured by hands, but always be in the king palace. But I would love to use the old KJV because it gives you really nice etymology of that root word. He said, now back to business. Bible verse says, the spider take hold with her hand. That means this is showing us the wisdom why the spider is always found in the king palace. The spider always uses his hand, not eyes, not leg, not stomach, though they may have many other body parts functioning well, but the only thing they need for them to be in the king palace is their hands. Their hands, which means skill and dexterity. Simple. The king palace is a very vast place, but a spider know how to be there. It's by the hands. By the hands. The king palace is a very busy, tedious, and full of skillful men. The king palace is where the marketplace, where many competitions are alive. The king palace is where businessmen, entrepreneurs, and valuable men meet. The king palace is where many products and services meet for rugged competition. The king palace is where many graduates with good grades meet as hiring employee. The king palace is where many people with skill, talent, and gifts meet. The king palace is where many ministries, ministers of the gospel, and gospel artists meet. But only few people voice were heard because it's not everybody who know how to stay perpetually at the king palace. So the key to remain and will always be found in the king palace in all seasons is to make your hand to be perpetually be in the king palace. That means the spider is talking about how refined your gift is and how much dexterity you have put to what you do. So you say the spider is in the king palace. It's talking about how much of dexterity these guys have put to work. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 18, verse 16, he said, a man's gift maketh room for him and breaketh him before great men. That means this Bible verse is saying your gift will make room for you to stand before great men and kings. And it can brought you into the king's palace. And when a man have gifts, skill, when a man have know how to do something, they are always be in king palace. And remember, king palace are like marketplace. Everybody is coming with certain gifts. So it can be brought, your gift can brought you before kings and great men, but that's not enough. You must find an intelligence that will make you perpetually relevant in king's palace. Despite the fact the king palace marketplace is filled with many competition, you must find a way to be the king's favorite among many other options. The Bible verse gave us only bailout, the only bailout to be the king's favorite. And he said, seest thou a man diligent in a business, he shall stand before kings, and he shall not stand before mean men. The key word in the Bible verse is diligent. And this is how you can be in the king palace. How? So, if you ask the spider why she is found perpetually in the king palace, she will answer that her hands are always working. And if you ask further, how is her hand keep working the palace? She will answer you that it is by diligence. That means so many of us are in the king palace, which is the marketplace, with different products and services, certificates, skills, talents, intellect, but we are later kicked out of the king palace and knocked down from time to time due to industrial revolutions, due to technological advancement, due to global recessions, new governmental policies, inflation, and many more. And this kept happening to us time to time because we don't know how to remain in the king palace. We don't know how to remain in the game. It is not enough for you to be in the game. You know how to remain in the game. Many of us have gifts that brought us to the king palace, but we don't know how to remain in the palace. So the spider is never complacent, never plateau, never get satisfied, and carried away by her calling manifestation. She knew that the palace is highly competitive. She knew that she's not the one there with gift. She knew that she's not the only one there with gift and skill. There are many others also. So she always put her hand to work by diligence. The spider knew the taste of kings will change over time, and the palace will demand for new dimension of what he's doing. One day the king will get tired of old wine and demand for new wine. The kings will always get tired of old version of phenomena and will demand for an upgrade. And failure to meet their taste will result to never be remain palace again. So you must learn how to evolve and transit, evolution, re-evaluation, the packaging. See that now. Many ministries have packed up, became obsolete, and relegated to obscurity. Some business, some great ideas, some value, some gifts, some skill are also packed out and became obsolete. They become bankrupt. And so many talents also fade out of the thing here. Why? They don't know how to stay in King Palace. Especially in athlete. As soon as a footballer, let's use football as example. As soon as the only few people have actually managed that law. As soon as the footballer tries to boom and is known, they relax. They party everywhere, they behave everywhere, they do everywhere. That's what they do. That's what they do. Only few people have maintained that structure of being the king, that they became relevant all through their bowling. Whether they are the world best bowler or not, their influence remains static, remain good forever. So in starting out from where you are, you must learn wisdom from spider on how to remain at the top if you eventually get there. It must be part of your subconscious mind from now henceforth. So when you get to the palace, you must learn how to be there, how to be there. So it's not enough to learn finances. Do you know how to stay financially stable, stay financially free? You can be wealthy today and become poor tomorrow. It happens every time to people. Because they don't have to be in palace. They spend lavishly, they spend anyhow, they do anywhere they like. See that now. So that's why people who actually won bets or the other, they don't actually still wealthy because they don't know how to be in the palace. It's the same bet that the one that will collect their money back. So key lessons to learn from the spider. Lesson number one: spider answer the questions of how. Spider answer the question of how to be, how to remain relevant, how to become, and it's done by diligence. And number two, spider knew the king's palace is highly competitive. The spider knew the king's palace is a very highly competitive place. So number three, spider knew the only language they understand in king's palace is diligence. The only language they understand in the king's palace is diligence. Diligence. That's the only language they don't They are not staying with the. If they see dimension today, they will clap for you. They are expecting more tomorrow. They want to see another package, another product of it. See that now. Number four, your gift, your talent, your certificate, your intellect, your skill are not enough. You must add dexterity to it. You must add another flavor on how you are doing it. And number five, you must always put your hand to work until you become a masterpiece the king cannot do without in the palace. You must become a masterpiece that the king cannot do without in the palace. You must become a masterpiece that the king cannot do without in the palace. So let me do a general conclusion now. To start from where you are, there are 4 questions you must answer before you can assure you of a safe journey and pleasant financial destination. And these 4 exceeding wise animals are giving us a precise answer to each of them. You must answer when, where, who, and how. Where, when, where, who, and how. You must know when your value will be most appreciated and rewarded. Number 2, you must know where your value will be accepted, celebrated, recognized to compare honor and reward. And number 3, you must know who you should work with. You must understand teamwork and time leverage for you to get to the top very fast. You must know who to work with and who not to work with. See that now. And lastly, you must know how to remain at the top in the king's palace perpetually without being demoted. So you must sit down, meditate on these 4 things thoroughly. Allow your mind to capture things that are far more than what you have read. Ponder of these things carefully, then sit on the top. We shall all meet at the King Palace. So that now, you will believe that I will give you one kind of principle. I'll go and say, go and apply this. No, that's not how to start life. Starting in life, you don't need many principles. You don't actually need many principles. No, you don't. You just need wisdom of God to start out. Principle will form later. At the beginning of every of your journey, you need wisdom of God. You need God to start the journey. That now, you need God to start the journey with you first, then you move. So this is what it means to start from where you are by answering this 4 questions of where, when, who, and how. If you can answer these 4 correctly, then you can start your journey. And I can tell you that you are going to arrive safely, very, very safely. And I believe that you have already understand this scripture more than I have explained, and you have a thorough basic understanding of how it should work. I believe that you have learned all through this series. This is day 46 of this series. We have started since March 1st, and today is April 16th of we are doing this thing. I want to believe that you have learned, you have believed, you have actually know what to do and what not to do. And this video has become a blessing to you. Please do well to subscribe, do well to share, and do well to like and comment, and do well to write anything you want to learn more about this video or things that does not explain or that not explain better to you. So please do so. And we are going to see next time in other forms of video. And I believe that we are going to have a pleasant time together one more time. Yes, one more time. I'm still your very own Adewale Akonji. Until next time we still meet. Thank you so much. God bless you. And bye bye for now.